la Présidente. 2020 a été une année à part, dont il sera difficile de retenir autre chose que la pandémie. Elle a mis à rude épreuve nos systèmes de santé, nos systèmes sociaux, politiques et économiques. Et il faut dire et le reconnaître, en début de l'année, la crise a montré les faiblesses du système européen et du projet européen, notamment avec le manque de coordination face à la première vague. On se souvient encore de la fermeture désordonnée des frontières. Mais cette année a aussi montré la capacité de rebond et a donné de réelles perspectives pour approfondir notre union. Le travail de coordination pour la recherche et l'achat de vaccins est un exemple, de même que le plan de relance qui vient de renforcer le budget pluriannuel. Nous allons reconstruire, mais aussi transformer autour de priorités véritablement européennes, comme le digital et le Green Deal. Non seulement nous avons travaillé pour réagir à la crise, mais aussi, avec ce paquet de mesures, nous prenons des décisions qui vont durablement marquer le projet européen. Et je pense en particulier aux nouvelles ressources propres et à la conditionnalité à l'état de droit. Cela prouve que, sous la pression de réalités difficiles, nous pouvons progresser en Europe. But before adopting these measures, I want to tell you, Madam President, that both myself and my group listened carefully your words, and I welcome your statement that law prevails over political declaration. Because the European Commission must fully respect the treaties. Indeed, its primary function is to do just that, and apply the text as decided by co-legislators as soon as enter into force, and without any further constraint. And this is extremely important for my group. We are very happy that we have this rule of law mechanism. It should be enforced starting at the beginning of the year and fully as the text prevails. I would also like to point out that most of these measures were born here in this hemicycle, and that they were able to see the light of the day because we were able to build a solid majority to carry them through to the end. And I would like to thank to my colleagues that we proved that the Parliament can be united when it's about reinforcing the European Union. And this is something that we have to keep in mind, because the work is not finished yet, far from it. Over and above the many legislative dossiers that are in the pipeline, we must make Europe more responsive. Its decision must be faster and clear, and to do that we should use the opportunity of the conference for the future of Europe we are pushing for since the beginning of the mandate. Because this crisis has shown us the structural problem caused by the question of unanimity in the Council, who block a lot of important decisions for the European Union. And this is not about not giving the possibility to each member state to be part of the decision. But if the objective of some member states is only to block without a strong argument, this is not the way to develop Europe. So let's not be afraid to debate this and to find the right solution. Above all, let us never forget that Europe is most effective when it is united, determined, and put its citizens at the heart of its decisions and ambitions. Thank you very much.